Namaskar and welcome to Poll Pulse. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. Tracking the fifth phase of general elections, we've reached the city of dreams, Mumbai. Mumbai, the global city in the thriving state of Maharashtra that is also known as the growth engine of India. Mumbai is also known for Bollywood, the city of dreams, as I mentioned. And talking about cinema, I should tell you the beautiful venue that we are doing this program in. This is the National Museum of Indian Cinema. It's an institution that is responsible for preserving and celebrating the rich artistic tradition of Indian cinema. So if you're a film buff and if you visit Mumbai, make it a point to visit NMIC.
Mumbai welcomes you to take a walk through 100 years of Indian cinema. At the National Museum of Indian Cinema, from the pioneers of silent films and those in technicolors to modern magic of storytelling. A peek into the world of legends, stars, and the art of filmmaking. The home to heritage of Indian cinema. Visit the National Museum of Indian Cinema.
Now, the only other sphere in our lives which almost replicates the drama of Indian cinema is Indian politics. And mind you, this election in Maharashtra is no less than any multi-starrer blockbuster. There is family drama, all the emotions that you can think of. Why am I saying that? Besides the principal national parties, the BJP and the Congress, there are two Shiv Senas now in the fray, also two NCPs. Maharashtra has 48 seats in Lok Sabha in this final fifth phase in Maharashtra. 13 seats people are going to vote and select their candidates. We'll talk about all of that, but there are a few questions that we'll particularly focus on these programs. Those questions are on your screens as we speak. Will these elections reveal the real Shiv Sena and the NCP? Question 2. How will the issue of Maratha reservation and the pushback by the OBC community play out in these elections? And what is the development vision for Mumbai and Maharashtra? We'll talk about that and more. First, the special story on the maximum city, Mumbai, and broadly, what's at stake in these elections? This election season, whether you are a candidate, a campaigner or a voter, a plate of vada pav can take you a long way. Once a humble go-to snack for the working class, today vada pav has captured the imagination and taste buds of people across the world. We are next to the iconic Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus railway station. This is the vada pav capital of India. Welcome to Mumbai. Maximum city. City that never sleeps. Mumbai has many names, each describing the restless energy with which the city surges forward every day. Mumbai is the financial capital and the most populous city of India with over 12 million inhabitants. The city is the cradle of countless dreams with the thriving film industry, popularly called the Bollywood. The city also epitomizes the contradictions of India's urban spaces. While it has the highest number of billionaires in Asia, it is also home to one of the world's largest slum dwellings in Dharavi. In the fifth phase of general elections on May 20th, a total of 13 seats will be up for grabs in Maharashtra, including 6 seats in Mumbai.
आप जरूर वोट करना चाहिए, इस हमारा डेमोक्रेसी के लिए हम करना चाहिए.
आपको जिसको भी वोट देना है, लेकिन वोट जरूर देना चाहिए. इससे अपने आने वाली जनरेशन के लिए इससे अच्छी व्यवस्था, अच्छा काम हो सकेगा. ट्रैफिक की वजह से बहुत सारी समय पे हम देखते हैं कि एम्बुलेंस को भी रास्ता नहीं दे पा रहे ट्रैफिक की वजह से, तो वो समय पर हॉस्पिटल नहीं पहुंचते और बहुत सारी दुर्घटनाएं हो जाती है.
It is after all a citizen's duty to come out and vote, and it's a basic thing that is expected from a citizen. If you want a government of your choice, you'd better come out and vote.
With the beautiful breeze coming in from the Arabian Sea, Marine Drive is a popular haunt for Mumbaikars after slogging through the day. Past couple of years have seen dramatic developments in Maharashtra politics, particularly the split in the two main regional parties, Shiv Sena and the NCP. As the campaigning peaks, there are now 6 political players in the fray. The NDA alliance comprises BJP, Shiv Sena, Shinde faction and NCP, Ajit Pawar faction. It is challenged by the India alliance of Congress, Shiv Sena, Uddhav faction and NCP, Sharad Pawar faction. After Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra has the highest number of Lok Sabha seats in the country with 48 seats. Like a typical Bollywood multi-starrer, the political plot of Mumbai and Maharashtra is set. The climax will unfold on June 4th. With camera person Maruti Rao, Shubhendu Ghosh for DD India in Mumbai. Let me now welcome the esteemed panelists who are joining us in the program today. Let me welcome, and shall we put our hands together for our panelists, Atul Shah from the BJP, Krishna Hegde from Shiv Sena, Eknath Shinde faction. Also joining us is Bharat Soni from the Congress and Clyde Castro from the NCP, Sharad Pawar faction. All right, and let me also welcome the wonderful audience members here, many youngsters who've come from different colleges, people who've come from different parts of Mumbai. A big hand of applause for yourself. And I hope that there'll be questions coming from you, from the people, for our leaders on the podium. All right, as we begin this program, let's talk about the issue of the real party, the fake party, and more. Past couple of years have seen a lot of turmoil in Maharashtra politics. As I mentioned, the key regional powers, Shiv Sena and NCP, were split. The matter went to the court. Now there are newer parties, newer symbols, but it is said that the true litmus test of the real Shiv Sena, of the real NCP, the real leader, is going to be decided in the court of the people. And there's an opportunity for us to hear from the leaders as to what do they think. Let me begin with you, Krishna Hegde ji. Help us understand what makes your Shiv Sena the real Shiv Sena, and what do you have for the people in this edition of the elections?
Shubhendu, good evening to you and all the lovely audience here. Welcome to Mumbai. I must say that this is an election for the Prime Minister of India. And we have 40 parties, one leader, one Prime Minister, that is Honorable Shri Narendra Modi ji. They have 24 parties, no Prime Ministerial candidate. They still don't know who it is. The spokespersons say, give us 5 years, we'll give you 5 Prime Ministerial candidates. This is a Khichdi Sarkar which they want to organize. It doesn't work that way. The people want a Viksit Bharat. They want a strong India. They want India as a superpower. They want India on the global map. They want India as the 5th largest economy now, heading towards the 3rd largest economy. They want a Make in India, Made in India, Skill India. They want jobs for youth. They want resources for farmers. They want employment opportunities for the youth, more opportunities for women empowerment, and they want everything that a country needs to go ahead. This coalition of 24 people was UPA 1, that was called UPA 2, and now they've called it the Indie Alliance. I think the people of India are clever enough to understand this old wine in new bottle, and I'm sure that they will re-elect Modi ji again with a thumping majority. First time it was Abki Bar Modi Sarkar, second time it was Fir Ek Bar Modi Sarkar, and now it is Modi guarantee works.
All right. Krishna Hegde, you've given us a very clear, broad perspective of what your alliance stands for. I ask you the question again.
Yeah, no, I will answer
Shiv
that question.
Sena is one of the most familiar names. If you could please help us understand, and the people, what makes your Shiv Sena the original, real Shiv Sena, not what the court had said.
In 1966, when Shiv Sena was formed, it was formed on the lines of Hindutva. It was formed for the Marathi Manus. We still have the ideology. In 2019 and before that in 2014, we went with Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi as our Prime Ministerial candidate. We went with the ideology of Bala Sahib Thackeray ji. We went with Hinduism as our forte, and today also we are still the same. It is Uddhav Thackeray ji who went with the BJP Shiv Sena in 2019, became a Congressee in 2020, and then said that I am now with the Congress. The same Congress which his father, Hindu Hriday Samrat Bala Saheb Thackeray ji said, जिस दिन मुझे कांग्रेस के साथ हाथ मिलाना पड़े, मैं मेरी दुकान बंद कर दूंगा. And Uddhav Thackeray ji has done just that. He has started a joint venture company with the Congress party, and the Maharashtrian people, the people of Maharashtra, are going to teach him a lesson. This time it will be Eknath Shinde ji. We are the only Shiv Sena. We have the bow and arrow. We have 75% of the votes. We have 13 out of 15 MPs.
Okay.
We have 40 out of 55 MLAs. And
Okay,
we are,
fair enough. Fair enough. You made your points. I'll come to you.
and we are given the symbol by the Election Commission.
All right, I take your point. Bharat Soni ji, we don't have a representative from Shiv Sena Uddhav Thackeray faction, but you as an ally, how would you defend your ally with the allegations that have just been labeled as a joint venture away from the ideology what Shiv Sena stood for? Your point, very briefly, sir.
First of all, Shubhendu, welcome to you. Welcome to Mumbai, the city of dreams, the city of lot of opportunities, land of opportunities, and the wonderful audience here. I welcome them all. Well, I am the spokesperson for the Congress party, but then we have Maha Agadi, and in Maha Agadi, our leader is Shri Uddhav ji Thackeray. So I would like to defend on behalf of, since they have not sent a spokesperson here, as my leader, as my Maha Agadi leader, I would be defending Uddhav ji Thackeray also. Well, Krishna Hegde ji, my friend, said that in the 1966 the Shiv Sena was formed and so on. He must be, since he's a very seasoned politician, he was earlier in Congress, and he must be knowing that in 1978 there was Shiv Sena Congress Yutiche Umedwar. There was Shiv Sena and Congress Alliance for the Municipal Corporation elections. So Congress is not untouchable. So, Shiv Senics, you know, these people have been always telling that, why, you are with Congress. So is Congress an untouchable? What wrong Congress has done to Shiv Sena or the Shiv Senics or the Marathi Manus? We have done nothing wrong. So we are with the Uddhav ji Thackeray, and Uddhav ji Thackeray Sena is the real Sena, and all the leaders, mark my words, it is only the leaders who have left. The grassroots level worker is still with Uddhav ji Thackeray, is still with Aditya ji Thackeray, and they are there right in the heart of the city where there are MMR region where the elections are being held. Wonderful audience, wonderful people who are turning up for all those Padyatras. And that is the reason why this present government is not holding elections for the municipal corporation. They let them face any election. We are coming to the...
All right, we'll come to the BMC elections as well, but let's now get a comment from NCP Sharad Pawar faction. Clyde Crasto, Shiv Sena is not the only party dealing with the challenge of being split. NCP is to help us understand what it means for your party and your faction in particular.
Well, if you're asking me if we are worried, because certain questions come up like this, what it means to us. Well, people leaving our party doesn't mean anything to us. They were there, they probably made use of us, then they left. And look at where they are today. And look at where we are today. I mean, they have got the symbol, they've got the name, fair enough. But we still have our name, which is Nationalist Congress Party, but we have an added bonus to it. We've got Sharad Chandra Pawar added to that. And we have a leader like Mr. Pawar. The whole country knows the kind of work that he does. An 84-year-old man, he's probably, sometimes I question whether he's like 84 or is he 48, because, he's inspiring us every single day. The point here is very simple. There are a few group of people who had certain things hanging on their head, and I don't want to say what, because, it sounds derogatory at a certain point, but to save themselves, they probably went to a place where they think they could be secure, but they're not secure anymore there, because we can see what is happening. Now, the point here is, like, since we are Maha Agadi and, people from the Shiv Sena have mentioned that, Honorable Bala Saheb Thackeray mentioned, if I have to shut my shop, if he's quoted that, and I'll quote my Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, who is also the leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party. So, the leader of Bharatiya Janata Party, Mr. Narendra Modi, went on to say, naturally corrupt party. The leader of BJP, Devendra Fadnavis, said all these people like Ajit Pawar who would have done scams and Chhagan Bhujbal will be chucky pissing and pissing. And those people are now sitting and, enjoying themselves together.
Atul Shah, in a similar fashion, the NCP Ajit Pawar faction is not here, your ally. First, give us your perspective on how do you see the developments in the Maharashtra politics, and NCP Ajit Pawar, is that the real NCP? How do you see these dynamics?
See, BJP believes in development. BJP believes with all the positive energy coming to us. BJP believes to expand our party. Now, in as far as the allegations from Clyde, Ajit Pawar was in their party, NCP. But then he was uncomfortable. He comes out with 40, 45 MLAs. I respect Sharad Pawar too. But then when 40, 50 of your MLAs, they want to join a group and a Bharatiya Janata Party in a way, and as far as Ajit Pawar I know, the allegations are there, the cases are there. We have not withdrawn any cases. To tell you absolutely. Not a single case of anybody.
But you have joined hands with somebody facing serious cases.
But then they are still not, they are only allegations. It is still not proved.
Leveled by your party.
But here we see a man who is working like Narendra Modi ji. 6 o'clock in the morning he comes. I've seen him in Maharashtra when I was MLA, even though he was of the opposite party. Now we've taken them. BJP is interested in expanding the horizons. We want our party to be big, and we are the biggest party. We want to work for the people 24/7, and this is the way. And let's see what happens in the court.
All
Definitely both the things are in the court, and I'm sure when in democracy, the majority is very important. And the majority is with the Shinde Saab, and majority is with Ajit Pawar. 40, 50 MLAs, the disgruntled MLAs. Why did they come out? I just finished in half of the, 5 seconds. We, the Mumbaikars, voted BJP Shiv Sena. And one fine morning you go with Sharad Pawar. The people of Mumbai have not tolerated this. And they say, Gaddar, the biggest Gaddar is done by you. When you did the people of Mumbai in the last assembly election, when Devendra Fadnavis was the chief minister and he brought 156 people elected, there was all development in the city of Mumbai. Everything has started, the metro lines, the coastal road, the Atal Setu. But we were deprived of those 2.5 precious years. And this has all come to standstill. You must have come from airport today. You must have seen all the work going on.
I get that, Atulji, but taking it forward to decide who's Gaddar and who's not, it is in the court of people to decide. I'll come to you, Bharat Soni ji. One of the points that came up in the conversation so far was also about ideology. It is, after all, elections, support of the people. Now, I want to understand one specific dynamics. The core voter of the Shiv Sainiks who believe in the Hindutva ideology, who voted for that symbol and that idea, how do you think that vote will transfer to you and your alliance when Uddhav Thackeray joins you? When they see Congress and NCP standing alongside a faction of the Shiv Sena, how confident are you of getting that support?
See, there were 2 by-elections held in the state of Maharashtra. One was Kasbapet and the one was in Mumbai. All these places where this Maha Aghadi, like Congress, Shiv Sena, Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray, and NCP, SP. We were together and we defeated BJP candidate. So absolutely, we know the pulse of the as the program is a poll pulse. We know the pulse of the people, and they are with whom. We are seeing all those votes are going to transfer into that Maha Aghadi, and Maha Aghadi's larger parties, India Alliance. Okay, so we are pretty sure.
Okay, you're sure. So there is a certain degree of confidence. Let me quickly get comments from Clyde, and then I'll come to you, sir. Well, the point that you wanted to make very briefly, if you could.
I was trying to tell you this simple is that, Atul Bhai and Krishna ji keep talking about development and everything, what they've done. There are a lot of things that started pre-2014. You know, I mean, there are a lot of things on record. I mean, don't take my word for it. Go and dig the records and you'll find that a lot of projects were started before 2014. And the point here is very simple, is there is a leader from the Bharatiya Janata Party. You know, we talk about, you know, development. He's praising Ajit Pawar ji. I'm praising him today too. Mr. Ajit Pawar is one of the finest politicians and hard-working man. I agree with it even today at this moment of time. But the point here is, you accused him of scams. I did not. I was defending him for the last 11 years as a spokesperson. Point here is, you accused Ajit Pawar ji, you accused Chhagan Bhujbal ji. Their leader, Kirit Somaya, you know, he's like a, you know, he should be in a museum here because his photograph should be here. He's lovely into doing drama. You know, he went around town accusing Yamini Jadhav, who's the candidate here from South Mumbai, where we are. He accused her husband also. All these people that they have accused, these people have started that narrative, and now all those people are part of their group, and now they are, lo and behold, like, you know, all clean and pure. How does it work? You know, I mean, I cannot wrap my head around it. I mean, you can use big English words like ludicrous, condescending, double standard, all these things happen
But
here.
I think that the court of people is
Yeah,
the
so
right
let
place
the court
where
of
it should
people
be.
decide. No, you asked me a question,
Yes,
therefore I'm
yes,
answering that.
yes.
You know, my point is, do you think, because I do not think this, but do they think that the people of India are fools? That you accuse somebody, call somebody naturally corrupt party, accuse somebody of 70,000 crore scam, accuse somebody of 1,000 crore scam, and then you are sitting with them together and say, in the name of development, desh ki seva mein, desh ke hit mein. How does that work?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Explain.
I think we leave it for the people to decide. Krishna Hegde, your point very briefly before we go to the audience.
To speak half-truths, you have to learn from them. Show me one case against Yamini Jadhav. I didn't forget about
Ask Kirit Somaya.
her family or something.
Ask Kirit
She's
Somaya
our
this question,
candidate.
don't ask me.
Show me one case against Yamini Jadhav.
Ask Kirit Somaya.
Now, there is no case against her. Secondly, Ajit Pawar Saab's name is not there on the charge sheet. Show me one place where his name is on the charge sheet. You just say, he's corrupt. Arre, prove it. His name is on the charge sheet.
No, the allegations. No.
No,
The allegations had come from
they said,
the
you know,
BJP first.
there's so many talwars on these people's head. Arre, talwars are on 4-5 people's head. Those cases are not shut. 100 of your MLAs have crossed over. 100.
All right.
Not one or two.
30
100.
seconds.
Right, I'll come to you. But
No,
let me...
just 30
I think
seconds.
we should- we should turn-
30
One
seconds.
more. Just 5 seconds.
Sure, complete your point.
Another half truth. Kasba Pet में हम जीते, अंधेरी ईस्ट में हम जीते. Kasba Pet, our MP Girish Bapat ji was down with cancer. He didn't campaign. In Andheri East, we didn't have a candidate only.
All right.
The second candidate
All right,
was
I think-
Nota, who got 12,000 votes.
Look, we're getting
we
into
had
the
not even
specifics.
fielded our candidate.
But I
so
think-
at least speak
30
the
seconds,
truth.
please.
Krishna
On
Hegde,
national
like-
media, at least
No,
speak
I
the
need
truth.
30
No, I think
seconds.
broadly
What
you-
was the name of the candidate who we had put?
Krishna Hegde, we understand, and broadly
just-
you made very
just
clear
30
points
seconds.
about your position. But
I
this is
need
where
30
we
seconds,
must
humble
turn to
request.
we must turn to the audience members.
No, but just the 30 seconds.
No, I'll come to you. You'll have a time. We
No,
still
but
have time in the
you lose the
program.
point.
But this is when we turn to the audience members. Ma'am.
I have a question for BJP. We appreciate the Skill India program, Pradhan Mantri Kushal Vikas Yojana, as well as Digital India, which is a flagship program of BJP. But my question is it reaching out to the rural India? Because there are a lot of schools and colleges and educational institutions who actually require these programs. So are we reaching out to rural people? And if not, what are we doing, like, to campaign there?
And you're a teacher, ma'am.
Yes.
I believe. So she's also speaking from her experience.
Very good question from you, Doctor. Now, as far as the programs of Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned for last 10 years, you've seen the various programs which the Prime Minister of India has come with. Digital India, you said yes. Look at the number of students using computer all over the country. You're right, but it's still inadequate. It will take time. That is the reason the Prime Minister said, ये तो trailer है, बाकी picture अभी बाकी है. So, 10 years is a very small spell. But in spite of that, we have done so much of development that the economy of our country has come down to the 5th number in the whole world. And we aspire to become the 3rd largest democracy in our next term. This is not a small thing. We are competing with the world. And Pradhan Mantri ji said, I want to have a Viksit Bharat by 2047. Viksit Bharat. Look at the ambitions. Now, small things I'll tell you about Mumbai and South Mumbai that we will live in.
So we'll take
Churning
your
Road.
questions.
One
Yeah,
second,
yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
Churning Road, Marine Line, Grant Road, Baikala. All these stations we are going every day. We are traveling in local. They are all going to be new. I was in charge of that program at Churning Road. Money has been allocated, 23 crores for Churning Road, 18 crores for Marine Line. For Grant Road, there is 28 crores. For Baikal and other places, they will be like airports or stations with all the facilities escalated. So the development comes from the train, stations, then it comes to the city of Mumbai. And cluster development for the old and dilapidated buildings, the Honorable Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Mr. Eknath Shinde ji, has promised to give cluster development to various areas like Kamatipura, then Kumbharwada, and other places in all over the Mumbai.
Fair enough
these
point,
are the
sir.
plans.
Now I'll have to turn to more questions from the audience members so that we can cover more ground.
In the era of anti-corruption and digitalization, why do we still encounter the UPI transaction limits?
See, you must be seeing a lot of, scams which are happening, cyber crimes in the digital world. And therefore, to safeguard everyone's money, there has to be some limits. However, it is up to you. You can also increase your limits as far as your bank transactions are going on. Some people can even transact up to 10 lakhs or more. But if you want to keep your limit at 5,000 or 10,000, I think that would be safer. Another, suggestion I can give you is instead of using your credit card or UPI directly to your app, it is better to use, app in the middle where you go to the app, put in whatever is required and then transact. Nowadays, what happens, like I'll give you a small example about speed post. I was to receive some speed post or courier. People say, aapka speed post aa raha hai, and you have to pay only 10 rupees for the speed post. And if I go and pay that 10 rupees and he'll ask me for a OTT, they'll clear my entire bank balance. So there are a lot of things which you have to safeguard yourself against. With technology also comes its problems. Like artificial intelligence today, there are deep fake videos and a lot of things which society. So we have to safeguard the citizens of India, and therefore you see a lot of these banks have been merged in the last few years.
All right, let's take the conversation forward. We'll come to you to get more questions. In the seemingly very crowded political scene of Maharashtra, there is one name of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the guarantees that he talks about. Could they be the key differentiator? At a time when the opposition does not present a prime ministerial face in these elections, what could Prime Minister's persona and his guarantee, what implications could it have? Let me interestingly start with Clyde Craster from the NCP. You had important points to make. So how do you see the challenge that you face from Prime Minister's persona and your criticism of it as well?
Well, the Prime Minister obviously is campaigning across Maharashtra, if you talk about Maharashtra specific.
Yes.
He's campaigning across Maharashtra. That just goes to show that he himself does not have enough faith in the leaders of Maharashtra. Because if the people had worked here, if they had done their work here, they wouldn't need the Prime Minister to come so often to the state. So that means the local leadership somewhere from the Bharatiya Janata Party has definitely failed. So the thing here is, if you're looking at issues, like somebody in the last debate we did here, how can a local candidate just say that I'm not going to be worried about anything because Modi ji is there and everything works well, Modi ji. If the issues that are there, and if you can't go to your local, elected representative, you're not going to get access to Mr. Modi. He's the Prime Minister of the country.
I take
so
your point.
The point here is very simple.
You're assessing.
Atul bhai, please hold on. I wasn't interjecting.
I'll
He's
come to
asking
each
me a
one of you with the same
question.
question. So I'll come to, you finish your point. But my point that I wanted to make was, you're assessing if your opposition is weak to completely rely on Prime Minister. My question is for you. How do you see the challenge? That was the question.
Absolutely no challenge. This is what I'm trying to tell you. So let me finish because, Atul bhai is in a hurry to talk to me. Fine, great
Very
enough.
briefly.
But point is, we don't look at it as a challenge. We look at it this way,
Okay.
that the local leadership is so weak from the BJP that it gives us an added advantage, because at the end of the day, we know the people of India, people of Maharashtra are wise enough to know that when they need to address the issues, they cannot go to the Prime Minister or the leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party who's sitting in the, in Delhi somewhere. They need to go to the person that they are asking votes for. And if they cannot access the person, then obviously they're not going to vote. They're going to go to someone whom they can access.
Okay, Clyde, you made your point. Atul Shah ji, this point that Prime Minister is seen everywhere, is it a sign of weakness of the BJP that the leaders can't fight the elections on their own? Yeah. How do you say
The
it?
other way around. My dear friend Clyde thinks that we are weak. I am a small worker of BJP and who's so concerned. We've got a cadre-based party. We are not like you with just leaders there. And here, we know our leader who comes out.
Clyde, don't interrupt. Let him complete your point.
Now, I do not intervene.
I'm
Clyde,
laughing.
Clyde, come on.
I'm not even
so,
saying anything.
Yes,
the
go
thing
on.
is, Prime Minister loves the people of India. He wants to come amongst the people. One public meeting which I saw the other day was when he looks at the people before he starts and he saw an old woman sitting on a bench. He saw that she was uncomfortable. He said, Bhaiyo, oh madam ke liye kursi laga do. You know, this is the concern of the people of this planet. Such a sensitive, and you want to live in the world of bhavna, atyachar, ye wo ho gaya. Why cry? Your MLAs have gone. Now you play the game is on. हमारे 40 MLA चले गए, हमारे एक चले गए.
We'll come to you, Bharat. We'll come to
Bring
you.
it on.
हमारी ये
Atul bhai. I'm ready to play. Are you bold?
Fair enough. Let me also get a comment from...
I'm ready to
क्या
play.
sacrifice कर दिया? What sacrifice you've
बोल
done?
दो.
Let
You
your
have not
ally
been
also
able to
speak,
hold
sir.
your MLAs together.
Fair enough.
Okay, let your
This
ally
is
also
our
speak.
show. I'm ready to play the game.
Chris,
Bring it on.
let your ally speak. Krishna Hegde, do you also see as an advantage when there are multiple Shiv Sena and NCPs around, a face like Prime Minister Narendra Modi could be an advantage for you?
Obviously, yes, our Honorable Prime Minister is available for the people 24/7. Our Honorable Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Ministers are available 24/7. Their Chief Minister was available only on Facebook. That too, he went to Mantralaya 2 times in 2.5 years. And we are weak. We have today 210 out of 288 MLAs. We still have. You
During
have
the pandemic, you
10
also out, I
MPs.
guess.
We have 38 we have, they don't have 10 MPs also. We have 42 MPs already in Maharashtra. And they have 6. And they're saying we are weak. We have 210 MLAs. They have hardly 60 MLAs. And we are weak. अरे बाबा खुद के गिरेबान में भी झांक के देखो
चलिए,
असलियत बोलो
All right, Bharat Soni,
फेसबुक पे काम मत करो जनता के बीच में जाओ
Bharat Soni, your assessment, give me an idea.
and one more thing.
Finish it.
Yeah, 40 MPs in 2014, 50 MPs in 2019, total 118 MPs now with the Indi Gathbandhan, and we have 360 MPs in our NDA, and over that we have Biju Patnaik and other people still backing us. I don't even know where they stand.
Let's find out from the Congress where they stand. Bharat Soni, Congress is an important force in the India alliance. To this question about Prime Minister's persona and appeal, how do you take on that specific challenge when you don't have a PM face in the alliance?
We are not into the presidential form of government. PM would be decided post-election. Once the election happens and once the MPs are elected, after that the leader of the...
That's a textbook answer. Give me a real answer. Do you see a challenge? No, do you see the
If they
challenge?
want to follow, fine. If they want to find presidential form of government, fine, no problem.
Do you see it as a challenge? Bharat Soni, let me put the question to him. Please, Bharat Soni, do you see it as a real challenge? The challenge of personalities in Indian
Exactly,
politics.
I'm coming there only, but you stop in between.
Please go on.
See, after the second phase of the election, Prime Minister got the news through his intelligence, through these departments, that they are not willing that 400 par. So he had to do this. See, we are a winner and we feel pride that, you know, the Prime Minister of the country never walked on the Lal Bahadur Shastri Road from Ghatkopar to Mulund. We have made him walk there because Rahul Gandhi walked from that place. You know, he had to walk. We are feeling pride. We are proud of that he is coming and walking at least. Because the Prime Minister never came when there was a drought, when there was a cyclone-like thing in Maharashtra, when the farmers lost their crops, when there was a huge calamity in Mumbai due to heavy rains. That time even the Prime Minister never came by helicopter also. Now he is walking on the street because he knows that 38 seats are going to be won by the India alliance.
All right,
That is
Bharat Soni.
Mahavikas Aghadi.
Okay,
On
Bharat Soni.
record, you can record this and put it on 4th June.
We're recording it, Bharat Soni, and also since you mentioned about the BJP's 400 Par, remind us what is the target for your alliance? What is there a number that you're targeting?
Mamta Banerjee. Ask Mamta Banerjee.
Tell us. Is there a number? Is there a number that you're targeting? Bharat Soni,
Again and again the same thing.
is there a number that you're targeting? The final number of seats
Maharashtra?
in Parliament and Maharashtra.
Maharashtra, we have said 38 seats.
What about in Lok Sabha?
Lok Sabha seats, I'm talking.
Total Lok Sabha
So
seats.
out of 48, we are
There's a Maharashtra as
all
opposed
over
to
India.
400 plus.
All over
plus,
India,
yeah.
all over India, India Alliance is going to get 180 plus.
180 plus.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take that number. Now, let's again turn to our audience members and get some more questions.
180, 180.
The alliance is going to get 180 plus. That
Yes.
means they've already considered defeat.
Well, but that's a point that he must consider. So we'll turn to our audience members again.
And I have a question to the Congress person. When I had heard the speech that if India alliance will come, so they will keep the prime minister for 1 year, they will keep the one prime minister for second year, second prime minister. So will they work under a remote of Sonia Gandhi or will they work on their own?
See, once the elections are over, after that, whichever party gets the majority among the constituents of the India alliance, they will have their leader. So all have come together, and after coming together, they have decided common minimum program. If you see the manifesto of all our partners, that is Shiv Sena, Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray, RJD, all the manifestos are near, our manifesto. So the way they are going to have 5 pillars of justice and 25 guarantees. We are speaking on 5 pillars of justice and 25 guarantees. We are going to remove Agniveer. We are going to give 8,500 rupees per month to a poor woman. That is 1 lakh per year. And we are going to give 1 lakh to the diploma holder and a graduate to work as an apprentice. See, you show us BJP's manifesto. BJP's manifesto is showing, they are going to create a hub, and that hub is going to come up in 2036. They are showing the vision of 2047. You show what you are going to do in next 5 years.
Done for 10 years. What is he talking about? His manifesto, giving away money to, where will you get the money from? Yes, don't fool the people. Your manifesto people have realized.
Sir, where are you getting money from the 80 crore people?
It's full of guarantees.
Don't cross questioning. I'll let you. You made a point. Krishna, if you could just make your point briefly.
Thank the Congress spokesperson for admitting that they will get only 180 seats, the Indi Gathbandhan. So we are getting 365 seats according to them only. तो खेल खत्म, तो तुम कुछ भी नहीं दे सकते. दूसरा जो हम दे रहे हैं अभी 80 करोड़ घरों को रेशन, हर घर जल, आवास योजना, मेक इन इंडिया, मेड इन इंडिया, स्किल इंडिया, विकसित भारत, we are going into space research, we are going to give better education facilities, empowerment, sports facilities. We'll continue doing that. आप 180 में खुश रहिए, हम भी आपसे खुश हैं, मिलते हैं उसके बाद 2029 में.
All right, let's take the conversation a little forward, bring in another important issue which is crucial for Maharashtra in particular. Past few years, we know the issue of Maratha reservation has been hotly debated. Recently in February, in fact, the Eknath Shinde government gave reservation to the Marathas in the socially and educationally backward section, 10% reservation. Now, the issue is still not sorted. There are questions of whether there's going to be a judicial review. There is a section which demands reservation under the OBC category, and there's been a pushback from the OBC sections as well. How is this issue going to play out in the elections, and what is your stand as far as reservations for Marathas in the manner in which they seek? If I can begin with you, Atul Shah.
Yeah, reservation, it's a big demand from Marathas. It was initially Devendra Fadnavis who worked very hard on that. We could make it in a high court, but we've not been able to do it but only reservation will be given by our government, and nobody can give that, because 2.5 years there was a lethargy from the previous government that we could not win in the courts. But now again the matter is in the court, and I tell you, the visionary man, the Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, he was the only one who has been able to, take up to the High Court and win there. But now we have to fight in the Supreme Court.
You tell us, Krishna Hegde, what is the road ahead for those of the people watching this program and who believe in this issue? What is Shiv Sena going to offer ahead in the elections if you get the seats?
See, like I said, this is the election for the nation. This is an election for a Viksit Bharat. This is to make India a superpower. This is to make India the third largest economy. This is to see that all facilities reach the last man at the end of the queue. And this is the vision of Narendra Modi ji, that no one should go hungry in this nation. We have to be catering to everybody. 80 crore people are getting ration. Everyone we are seeing that gets water in their house, clean drinking, potable water. We have to see that all the youth getting jobs. We have to see that the children have got better schools. We have got to see that the hospitals are coming up. There are so many IITs, IIMs, ITIs, which have already come up in this Modi regime. More airports, more ports. We want to give our country and our countrymen the best. Desh hit, jan hit और लोक हित में ये सरकार काम करेगी.
Okay, so you didn't really answer on the Maratha reservation issue.
Maratha, I will tell you. Yeah. See, Maratha reservation, like Atul ji said, that ours was the government with Devendra Fadnavis ji who had committed. Then during the Uddhav Thackeray regime, we lost in the Supreme Court. However, we filed a caveat again and filed an appeal in the Supreme Court. Our Honorable Chief Minister Eknath Shinde ji is himself a Maratha. We have already given them 10% reservation in education and jobs. However, they want more. But we want to see that the Marathas get the reservation, but the OBC are not deprived of a single percentage of reservation.
So if you can just share your perspective, the perspective of the party on this issue of Maratha reservation in particular.
It's very, very simple. You know, the Bharatiya Janata Party, when they could do it, now they can pounce on us and keep saying that we did not do it. But when they could do it, they did not do it. Now they are getting opposition from within their ranks. Chhagan Bhujbal is going to town tooth and nail saying that I'm not going to let this happen. So now, just because they are getting backlash from the people within, they are leaving it on to the honorable courts. Fair enough, leave it to the honorable courts, let the court decide. But at the same time, they know that there's opposition within their ranks. On our perspective, on our side, I'm going to tell you very clearly, we are going to sit once we are in government with the people from the Maratha community and work out a plan where we make sure that they get what they want. We are not going to do blame games. They can continue to do blame games because let him tell you clearly that they are getting serious opposition within their ranks and they are unable to do this. Therefore, they are leaving it on the doorsteps of the court.
Okay, Bharat Soni, your point briefly, Lekin.
Sir, Maratha reservation has been not understood by the leaders of the Maharashtra. Okay, how it is, I'll tell you. See, look, when Devendra Fadnavis ji was there, he was saying, give me 3 weeks. Within 3 weeks, I will give Maratha reservation. This is on record, Mr. Devendra Fadnavis has said. Everybody will agree to that he has said. But after having come to power, he is unable to do it. For last 2 years, he is unable to, one and a half year, he is unable to do it.
Bharat, your perspective would be important.
Sir, I'm coming to that. Sir, see, for giving Maratha reservation, we will have to increase that cap of 50%. That cap, unless we don't increase that cap of 50%, we will not be able to give. And always there will be a fight from the OBCs, from whom that will be taken. And that is why Rahul Gandhi has said that if we want to have the amendment to that and give a cap, increase the cap, Maratha reservation and other caste reservation has to be given, OBC reservation. So that they are going to increase it. After that we will.
So that's your solution. Very briefly, Krishna, so that we can go to the audience.
Rahul Gandhi is still not aware that in most of the states it's over 62 and 72%. Possibly he has still to be aware about that. Secondly, I must say that the Maratha reservation is a very important.
Like
I'm not. Just making the point.
You said about Rahul Gandhi, so I just informed Rahul Gandhi that he is missing a point.
But Krishna, you made that point. Let me again turn to the audience members and have questions from them. Yes.
I would like to pose question to Smiling Shahaji of BJP. We talk about development. I would like to talk about development of debt. If we see in last 70 years, India in general had a debt of 50 lakh crores. But in last 10 years, we have developed a debt of almost 200 lakh crore. So 150 lakh crore debt has increased. If we see that interest payment, every day Government of India every year is paying 10.5 lakh crore as an interest. Last year also we have paid 10.5 lakh as interest. Last year also almost 9 lakh as an interest. And that interest payment is a wasteful expenditure, is increased because we have humongous debt in our. So we talk about Man Ki Baat, can we have Karze Ki Baat so that we adhere to fiscal deficit targets?
I really appreciate, but then, here is a Prime Minister and here is a Finance Minister who is so concerned about everything. He wants to develop, and look at our policy. The Commerce Ministry, we have increased our exports, and we are trying to, the gap of revenue and expenditure, plus this is being a cause of concern, yes, but he has got full command over the economy, and this will be taken up. You're right, the question is very right. All our state governments are also suffering from the same problem. But yeah, let's wait. This is just a 10 years, and it is not a big debt. You compare to the debts of the other countries, and this will be
all right,
taken
but we won't
care.
have time for cross-questioning because we'll have to take more. We'll have to take more questions from the audience members. Yeah.
I want to question ruling party.
Okay.
So
very briefly, but keep your questions brief so that we can take more.
It's about healthcare. So being a common man, we can't afford to go to private hospitals because they charge more, and in government hospital, the facilities are not compared to private hospitals. But I have seen in Mumbai, the government hospitals, they ask for reference to start the procedure. So yeah, I have seen that. So what can you do to stop that?
So corruption within the health sector is something that you're talking about.
There are municipal hospitals also, there are government hospitals also. But nobody is asking for any reference there. And plus, our Honorable Chief Minister, Mr. Eknath Shinde, started now this cleanings all over the wards, 36 wards. Nobody is going to ask any questions there. You can take treatment at your house within 2 kilometers radius. There is some or the other municipal dispensary, and which is full with medicines, treatment, doctors, nurses. This has started for last 2 years. I don't know which ward you are staying in, and who has asked for your reference. Please let me know after the program. We'll look into
No, but I don't think individually the problem should be solved. I mean, the systemic corruption.
That's what I was talking about.
Okay. Farm distress is a reality, low crop prices, high input costs, and then the challenge goes on. I want to get a quick response from each of the leaders here about their vision and their interventions if they get the mandate from the people. If I can start with you, Atul Shah ji, but very briefly, these are the last few minutes we have. Few seconds for you, 30 seconds. Go on.
About what?
Interventions for the farmers in the state and the nation.
Yeah, I know. It's a big concern in as far as the farmers of Maharashtra are concerned. I again recall my Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis ji. The biggest problem in as far as Maharashtra is concerned is water. For water conservation, an ambitious program was taken up by Devendra Fadnavis known as Jalyukta Shivar in every of Maharashtra that has gathered huge profits. But then again, it is not an excuse. But 2.5 years when this government was there, of the Shiv Sena, Uddhavji Thackeray, that whole program was dropped. But now again we have started.
Okay.
And
30 seconds
is very important, and we are working hard on that.
All right.
We are giving irrigation facilities to the farmers. We are giving them compensation when unseasonal rains damage their crops. Apart from that, there are 6,000 rupees coming from the center from Narendra Modi ji and 6,000 rupees from our government, and we give 12,000 rupees per year to every farmer family. Apart from that, electricity subsidy, fertilizer subsidy, and all kinds of subsidies are given to farmers on behalf of the government. However, we stand by the farmers, and whatever issue they face, we are with them.
Okay, Bharat Nyay scheme talks about in a big way for farmers. Very briefly,
Sir,
what are you going to do
Congress
for the
gives
people?
legal guarantee for MSP for farmers. It's a legal guarantee, not Modi ki guarantee or not BJP ki guarantee. It is a legal guarantee by the Congress. It is in our manifesto and we stand by it.
Okay, Clyde, your final
absolutely
point.
simple answer
Yes,
that I'm
please.
going to carry forward from what he said was minimum support price. MSP is something that the farmer needs today. We're going to do that on the workings of MS Swaminathan. I mean, they gave Bharat Ratna to MS Swaminathan to show that they support, this kind of agricultural theory. But what they're not doing is, is giving the MSP. So this is what we will take up, and this is what we're going to work on, is the MSP.
All right. On that note, that's all the time we had in this edition of Poll Pulse. Let me quickly thank all our panelists: Atul Shah from the BJP, Krishna Hegde from Shiv Sena, Eknath Shinde faction, Bharat Soni from the Congress, and Clyde Castro from the NCP Sharad Pawar faction. Thank you very much to all the audience members on your wonderful questions as well. A big round of applause for the spirit of discussion. And as we conclude this edition of Poll Pulse, just a humble appeal. When the time comes for you to vote in the election, make the effort, go out and cast your vote. Ours is the largest democracy and we're very proud of it. Let's also make it the most vibrant. On that note, we take your leave from Mumbai. Namaskar.